Hi everybody, I'm Quinn, I'm the creator of Heliosale, and today I'm going to take you through how to play a Bioscientist. Bioscientists are the main healers in the game, and they can be thought of as a magic caster, fairly similarly to Astromancers, but they work on a completely different system. So the core of playing a Bioscientist has to do with inventory management, and also creating or purchasing what we call packages for your FAE device. These are small glass capsules that get loaded into the device and literally just contain the effect that you want to create. FAE stands for Forced Adaptation Encoder, and this is the gun-like device that you use in order to administer buffs to your allies and also do environmental control. There are two different categories. There is what we call biopacks, and that covers your healing, your poison, all of your physical buffs and debuffs that are applied to a specific person. These have to be administered at point-blank range. Now, Terra packs can be administered from as far as 10 meters away. So these are fired at either into the sky or a point at the ground in front of you, and they create these environmental effects. Some of the different environmental effects are creating rain, creating wind, creating a cloud of toxic gas, and these are all battlefield and zone control abilities, so you can make the weather conditions unfavorable for enemies, or you can completely deny them access to a specific zone on the battlefield. These are also incredibly useful outside of the battle context. For example, one of the Terra packs that you can get is called Seed Bomb. Seed Bomb grows a small grotto of plants that persists for 24 hours. This is a great way if you are on any planet with an atmosphere, or it doesn't even really have to be a planet, anywhere that has bare earth that also has an atmosphere. You can grow a grotto of plants around. This is a way that you could perhaps create edible plants where there previously weren't any, create an environment in which you could forage, create cover for your crew to hide out in. So bioscientists have a lot of utility outside of the battlefield as well. Using the FAE device always costs an action if you're in any kind of turn-based mode. Now, if at any point your target is unwilling, you will need to roll just kind of a standard attack roll with the FAE device. This works exactly like any other attack in the game. The FAE device counts as a mind weapon that you are proficient with, which means you're going to add your mind modifier and your proficiency modifier to your attempt to use it. When you start the game, you'll be starting with just a couple of healing packs and just a couple of poison packs. And then from there on out, it is kind of up to you. Bioscientists don't get any special tricks for crafting, even though you may very well want to be making your own packages. You can always take crafting as one of your skills anyway. There is absolutely no restriction on skills that you can take when you're building your character. But there is a trick for naturalism. It is the starting level 0 trick for the naturalism skill that is called Portable Lab. And this lets you manufacture FAE packages and craft them using the crafting rules that are outlined under the crafting skill, but you make all of the checks with your naturalism skill instead. And so this is something that most bioscientists will probably want to take, or at least if you're not going to be doing any other kinds of crafting and you're just going to be making packages for your FAE device, it is a great skill for that, because naturalism is a bioscientist skill, meaning you do get special tricks for it. You're probably going to want to take it. In terms of your day-to-day non-combat playing of a bioscientist, you're going to be wanting to spend any downtime that you have, either when you're traveling or just, after a day of whatever adventure it is you've been having, creating new packages, probably crafting them yourself. That's the most economical way to do it. Or when you enter a port city or anywhere where you can do some shopping, going and purchasing new packages in order to kind of plan out what your different abilities are going to be. So like I said, it's a lot of planning ahead. To play a bioscientist means managing your resources very well, literally managing your inventory well, and making sure to think ahead about what sort of needs that you're anticipating you'll have on your next adventure, and making sure you've prepared the appropriate packages for that. In addition to your inventory management, one thing about playing a bioscientist is that you have a special ability called gene theft, which lets you steal a trait from an animal that is either living or very recently deceased. It has to be a single trait, and it has to be a genetic trait and not a skill that they have learned. So, for example, if you wanted to steal gills from a fish, that is a trait that you could take, and then you can apply that to a person, and for 1 hour they will gain the trait that you have taken. You can only get 1 dose from one creature, and it is 1 dose per person for an hour. So that is another thing that you're going to want to be keeping an eye out for as a bioscientist, is remembering that you have this in your toolbox, because this is going to be what allows you to open doors for your crew that otherwise might not be opened. Bioscientist playstyle is all about adapting the environment to humanity and adapting humans to the environment. And I say humans, but all of your stuff will affect sirens as well. Anthroparians can't be affected by these genetic traits because they are robotic. And yeah, that is pretty much how bioscientists work. Short and sweet today. And tune in next time for when we cover card sharps, which will be next. Everybody have a wonderful day.